All right, good late afternoon. Mike V following up from TradeGATEHub of what we talked about this morning, and I'm going to tell you, typical. There's a lot going on. I'll just go AV. Let's go right there. I mean, it's AMD's world, and we're just living in it. Right here, advanced micro devices acting proper. Okay, 200 in sight for probably expiration. I mean, there's what else we're trading. A lot of stocks are following through. Marvell taking calls, continuously taking calls, still taking calls. Marvell. SC, everybody knows the TradeGATEHub still taking calls. Tremendous. They're just hammering everything. There are some small floaters that are going. Dell Computer, the former Dell Computer, Sweet Green. Everybody knows we were in that one. Went up 20%, such if you will. So listen, these drugs, Lilly making another play, flagging, VXT. What? Oh my God, there's so many things going on. Newmont, Newmont's now taking calls. GOLD taking more calls. If you weren't in it, now you should probably be. You know what I mean? Just one of those type of things where rotation is still fast and furious. Western Digital, disk drive makers. Western Digital, storage technology. That's the new AI, I guess, if you will. That must have something to do with it. But they're taking tremendous amount of calls. Meta hitting 500. So no longer is it the low floaters being masked. Well, yes, maybe Apple still is weak, if you will. Bravo to McDougal with the puts in Google, but you still have like stocks like NTNX, and it's just rotating in stocks that are working. Crem had numbers they tried to take it down. The best of breed of the cloud stocks. There it is. There's nothing underneath it. Pardon me. Stocks working below the 50-day. Etsy, that's actually negative. I had that short, nicely short. I was covering it near the low. What else we have going on? Other ones that are following through. Some make sense, some don't. But the ones that you work, you definitely ride it. You ride it. GDRX working. Get off I'm trying not to look at my screen so I don't get distracted. Rig CEO stepped in and bought a gazillion shares. Keep an eye on that one. Schlumberger, oil's now starting to turn around. We'll see what happens there. Bitcoin, they're still taking down the miners with some range, but I'm seeing BTBT taking calls. I don't know if that's the right type of call. CLSK, did it hold there? Yeah, CLSK, we talked about it yesterday, was the first one I would have probably stepped in and tried to buy. CLSK right here. Yeah, that was a good stab. So what are they doing here? Okay. MBLY taking a lot of calls. That's a dog hanging in there. Maybe, you never know. MBLY taking calls. Uber, Planeteer, Hess taking calls. A lot of calls. Beware that one. Planeteer taking calls. Target taking calls. Oh, Target, listen. It doesn't look like a lot, but Target's taking calls. It doesn't mean that it has to make a parabolic or V-shaped move, but there it is. BJ I saw was taking calls too. Speaking to strikes into my head. So, there's a lot going on. Obviously, not to be redundant. Zscaler. They tried to bang the Zscaler down. Okay, that's the one that's selling into today. RVNC. They can't listen, if I was short RVNC, it'd be up fucking $9. RVNC, I'm in this thing. I'm going to hold it. It's taking calls. That's why. I mean, there's a lot of bios that are going. Maybe it's, backs and fills, whatever. The dollar is the story. Look at TLT. They tried to break it, as Coach, I'm sure, broached the subject. That was the sensitive area. It looked like it settled a little bit. Let's look here. 1345. The market's very, very strong. Meta, 500 again. Amazon, there it is. Highs. You know what I mean? Everything in this market that rotates is a bull flag until it does. JP Morgan, we discussed, it was a bull flag down here. Amazon, same thing. All right, so Google's not going around. Don't look at it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. Q's breaking high. Etsy, Macy's, A&F still going. Crocs. Look at the move in Crocs. What about Lilly? Here we go. Alt. Sana. This was my buy, a real solid holding. I loved it. And I sold it. Because you know it's tough. Listen, when you're an active manager and the things move, you know, and you have a decent chunk. I think I had 16,000 Santa, not no, it choked me by any means, but you know, 1093 to 10, you know, you want your positions to work in these type of things. You don't watch them. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trading you know, one of the more, you know, active ones. I like this, the biotech sector, CYTK. Let's see what they do there. Silver going higher. ON Semiconductor going higher, bouncing. I even saw AEHR going higher. All right, so it's semi-related, disk drive related, even lithium is going up. And I'm the chump that's buying it on the low. Listen, volume tells the story. That's all. His volume came in here and it capitulated. It took some time to turn around. As coach says, basing takes time, so the topping processes. So, you know, that's an example here. Squim, another one that reported earnings back in fill. Vert, more buying, piling into Vert still. Why not? Why not? SMCI, I said something, I said it was going to 950. I was probably right yesterday on camera. NVIDIA, ARM, Vert, ARM, AMD. There it is. I don't think anything's left until AMD until like 13, if you will. EPH, CART had it overnight, punted like a chump. Just some things that don't go right away, they just don't go. Damn. What else? Snow negative root. Uh-oh. Lemonade, Ford, no deal beyond Carvana resuming the squeeze in the flag. But again, there it is. The steps, you know, you got to be quick. You can't catch them all. You know what I mean? LI, horrible emotional trade that I sold. It's still bothering me. It was a lot of money. Wasn't bothering me. CF, I told you again, they downgraded it yesterday to underperform. This is a springboard waiting to happen with volume. Moss, the worst of breeds are even starting to base. CF in the fund, I should add to it. Real man adds to it. CF. Oh, look at this chart. Oh, another one that I'm long a lot that I Amazon Creme in the Nvidia highs. Root, Tidewater. This is the one. You want to talk about a driller? Tidewater. There it is, going higher too. Chesapeake in it. It's coiling. Planeteer thinking more calls, bullish. ASML, Avago high today. Semiconductor is the theme. There's Avago, the old broad. What are you going to do? Going to try to short this? Flag. Breakout, volume. That's it. So, you know, GLD high today. Look at GLD. There's GLD, the entity. Why can't this entity be an entity that goes? GFI was the one. Remember they squeezed that one? Remember the squeeze right here? GFI. I wanted to buy it, but new rules. Without rules, there's chaos. Let me show a couple of things here because I was chirping about Planeteer and I'll show you what I see. Planeteer, bulls active. Planeteer, bulls active. They crude high, the highest since November 6th. No problem. Boeing at the lows. It should be. Google at the lows. Nugget. Vert. Planeteer, bulls. Let's look at the bigger screen. The screen that matters. Percent gain. You know, most actives, if you miss it, go back on the YouTube channel and pause it. When I go by and you watch the replay, pause it. This is it. Percent gainers. This is what I can give it 60 minutes now. It's well after an hour. Okay, what is moving? SPR goes with Boeing. You saw that Boeing news, right? Can any of mine go? AKRO. Route 39. See that there, Surf? AEHR, we brought it up. This has a while to go. And you know what goes with AEHR? What was that, Mike V, you ask? You got it. The Wolfer. The Wolfer might have something in it. Wolf and AEHR. And you know what? AAOI a little bit. Wolf and AEHR go nicely. I like that sector. AEHR is a cool symbol. AEHR. All right, let's go to SPR. I had news, obviously, with Boeing. There it is. All right, They halted it twice, 28 to 34. Okay. Range price action. All right. On the weekly, they gapped it just a little bit over the 200-day. It didn't hit 35. SPR line in the sand is probably 33.17. Bottom line, we got our eyes on. Even they're taking up BE Energy. They're taking up this rat from 840 to 9. Might be basing solars. What else was I looking at solar wise? Well, you know what? I want to say it, but I have to. I have it. Jax, DQ, Chinese solars, DQ. Look at the volume yesterday. Oh my God, they're going to drag us in. They're going to drag us in. DQ, very clean. DQ, Chinese solar. DQ, Chinese solar. Interesting. That volume. I got to look at that volume was yesterday. You know why I look at it? Because I know about DQ. Because that's what it can do in DQ. It was only a couple of years ago. God forbid it ever breaks out. But DQ, Chinese solar. All right. MINM, PX, SMR, HSS. Can't one of my go? Piton, Root, 39. GDXU, gold. Who knows? Don't be chasing it. These are the type of markets where the VIX is low, where you can start, starting a position small, and as it's working, adding to it. It's not like there are major gyrations. I know there are a lot of sectors that are moving. I'm yelling out a lot of things, if you will. They are, not imagining them. And so, fewer positions, maybe bigger shares. That's what I like to do in this type of market. Go to bullish. Speaking of China, go to horrible trade. There it is. It's still going, showing that China stocks are still strong. Go to. And you know what's the other good one? FUTU. Got to be in this. Oh, this is the stock of mine. Matter of fact, I'm buying it on the air. Al, Mike V. Buy my live. I have to be. Where is it? 14.90. It's probably going to stop at the 50 strike price. But I'll buy 2,200 TAL. Mike V in TAL. Okay, TAL is the education China stock. EDU goes with it, as you know. And by the way, GoTo is the cheap one. But TAL is a springboard. And I'm telling you, buying it. Buying across the board for our clients, Ali. And that's what he says. Any questions? That was from the movie Wall Street, if you didn't know. And if you don't know, sign off and watch it. Any news? Any questions? Holy smokes. I did a video this morning. Coach. Did a video this morning on a back-to-back video with one of the best traders and authors in history. It's non-arguable. Google it. Jack Schwager, coach, performing at a very, very high level, including his Apple short as well as these calls on commodities. Very high level. Go back and watch all the videos, please. Go to taking calls. It's these disk drives. JP Morgan bullish. Why not? Why not throw 100,000 into JP Morgan calls right there? Why not? I would think what? What's going to stop it? The RSI, everything that's under the RSI was lower. This ANF that goes up every day, and the RSI was even. That's why RSI was between 57 and 72. It was never even overbought. Not even overbought now. God forbid it capitulates and get overbought. Look at the other retailers that are acting this way. Okay, this is just tripped up. Phillips Van Heusen, Calvin Klein, isn't it? Yeah, Calvin Klein, PVH. Nobody wanted it a year ago. This is a year. Phillips Van Heusen, even the real was up today. Small floater. They took up the real. Look at the real. All right, this is a small floater. It says it all. Stocks up a gazillion %. One day wonder, I get it, but you know what? Algos are once it above there. Algos hit it above all moving averages, 20,000 times volume. There's the weekly. I'm not saying buying it, but ACMR. That's the stock. Animal flagging. Wouldn't short it. If you flipped it on the other side, it was probably going lower. Oh my God, I need oxygen. All right. Let's go to my Twitter feed. I want to do that. That's important today. My freaking Twitter feed. I apologize about any language, bad language. My Twitter feed, IWM. Marvell breaks out. He's right, Marvell. I had it overnight. Dell brought it up. Nary. They're telling me to buy this Nary down here. Not in it. Oh, maybe I should have bought it. 44. I can't do it. I am going to do it, put some away. But this is not worth equity. This is worth lotto calls. What would I do in Nary? February, I'd go probably January 2026. I'd probably buy 46. I'd probably buy the 50s. If I was going to do them, I bought some common stock, small. I bought 400 shares. But that's what I would be to. And the other one is CYTK. They swear if I had $1 for every time somebody say this is getting takeover and it would all retire. Same situation, $73. If there's a binary situation and it doesn't happen, then it goes back to 37. And I'm tying up a lot of capital. So once again, I'd be only bid for them. I'd be billing CYTKs. I'd buy it's probably I'd have to look at the options because they probably skewed because of the recent move, and it's the beginning of the month. So I'll maneuver that way in CYTK. A couple of bios I believe in. I like this too. This Brothers. I'm telling you, they did a secondary. They wiped out the secondary. As you can see, the volume here, and this has it in it as the other ones bounce. Didn't PTLO bounce? We're going overboard. The other guy's got to pull the plug here. I can talk all day. Thanks, coach. Net. Wolf. There's my guy. See that? It should be that way. Sunrise Trader. One of the best out there. And I hope I'd be humbled if he was listening. But Wolf hitting the day high list 2 minutes ago. Net. Everybody's told the tweeps. Apparently, Apple is now irrelevant. The chart looks terrible. It is relevant if you listen to a guy named Coach Dale Pinkert, because you'd be shorted on the way down as your longs went up. And we all can agree, at least most of us can agree, there are very few feelings in the world when your shorts go down and your longs go up at the same time. You get chills about it. All right, Apple, the stall. Let's keep an eye on the long. The bond, of course. Nary got a few more shares. Pharma D. Apple starting to move in stage 4. ES support. We always put support levels. Avago. There it is. GCT. We brought it up 4,000 times in this room. Everybody's in it. There it is. Why not? GCT. It's going up with like I was a broker. Going up with or without you, Bob. I'd rather see in it. All right, so we'll leave it there on a Friday. I'll leave it with Coach. Don't count your pips. Don't count your pips. Count your blessings. Don't try to make your month on a Friday. You could certainly try to lose it. So until then, I might be signing off. I'm going to be in here in the room all day. This is very good trading. Dow Jones red on the day. Dow Jones red on the day as SMH calls come in. Look at the earnings still come out next week. Sexy list. Have a plan going forward. CRWD, best of breed. Avago, best of breed. Target, taking calls, arguably best of breed. Marvell, SE calls flying off the board. Oh, look at it. A&F. Oh my God. All right, so there's a lot going on here. Wow, what a bunch of earnings next week. What's going on here? Amazon on the Jesus feed. They don't care. New share. They don't care. Where is this? SMH, June calls. They're saying, I don't care if I pay up in March, but this thing is going to be higher. ACMR calls, I called it out. Bitcoin getting toppy as Amazon gets a $500,000 bet into next week's calls at the high of the day. AMD getting more calls, 207 into the high of the day. You get the picture. We'll leave it off at TradeGATEHub. Thanks for sharing all day and sharing and tuning in. Questions, comments, always suggested. Hold on a second, share screen. If you didn't do anything, if you didn't learn from me, at least learn or watch, where am I? Yesterday's video with Coach, with Jack Schwager. Jack, even though I'm giving it my all, he's forgotten probably more than I know. And I'm okay with that. My streams gets 100 views a day, Coach getting 100. Quality, not quantity, as we approach 4,000 subscribers in TradeGATEHub. There we go. Cheers. If you're going to be not going to be here the rest of the day, have a good weekend. Ask. Signing out, Mike V.